Welcome friends, my name is Ajaz Kazi and welcome to my YouTube channel. In India, there is a season of festivity now and I wish everyone season's greetings and let Lord bring a lot of happiness, joy and prosperity in everybody's life. And this video will focus on happiness and that is the topic of our today's video. Happiness, as I said, is the topic of today's video and we are going to look at little detail so that it will give you a lot of insights about what is happiness. Let's begin with the definition. Happiness is an emotional state characterized by feeling of joy, satisfaction, contentment and fulfillment. While happiness may have different definitions, it is often described as involving positive emotions and there is a sense of satisfaction in life, and that's in nutshell what is happiness. It is basically getting positive feelings when we experience something in life, and that brings a lot of contentment, a lot of fulfillment and satisfaction for ourselves. So happiness is not negativity, it's full of positivity. In most times we get into momentary pleasures and we feel that is happiness, but happiness cannot be momentary, it has to be long lasting. The presence of positive emotions and absence of negative emotions is all about happiness, and you can correlate the picture on the right hand side which will give you what exactly is happiness. Now there are some interesting sentences which I wish you also read, and I'm going to again read for all of you. Choose joy is the picture which says on the right hand side. Most of our happiness is not determined by our genetics, but as I said, it is all about our experiences day by day, week by week, month by month, and those experiences gives us the kind of positivity or negativity in our life, and those we carry out in our further life. Trying to find happiness upon generally has the opposite effect. There's a thin line become being positive and being selfish. So we should understand this thin line very importantly. Pursuing happiness through a social means is more likely to give more positivity and more happiness. So if you do something for others, I think that kind of feeling brings a lot of happiness, a lot of positivity. Happiness makes us a better citizen, and in current world's situation, we should become that because we have a lot of responsibility towards our country, towards the world. Happiness leads to career success and it doesn't have to be natural happiness. Researchers found that experimentally enhancing positive emotions also contributed to improved outcome at work. So when you put a lot of things in your work, your passion into the work, the output or the productivity and the results of that work improves. There's a linear relationship between religious involvement and happiness. Higher worship service attendance correlated to more commitment and more compassion. So basically, every religion tells us to help others, be emotional support to other people, and that can bring a lot of happiness to us. Happiness is also linked to a lower heart rate and healthier heart rate. It can also be correlated to your blood pressure. If you are happy, you can see on the picture right hand side here, it doesn't matter. Happiness also is a barrier between your germs, and happier people are less likely to get sick because we always remain in positive mood, positive mood. So if anything also comes across, we take it positively and we don't get into a problem. People who are happier enjoy greater protection against stress and release less of the stress hormones, cortisol. This is another important. When we remain stressed, we feel more stressful. But people who are happy, they encounter the stress very easily and they don't get under pressure, under firefighting mode any point of time. Happier people will experience lower pains, dizziness, nauseas, and heartburns. Happiness acts as a protective factor against the diseases and against the disability. Those who are happier generally live longer than the people who are more negative. Happiness boosts our immune system as well, and which can help us to fight and fend off the common cold. Happy people tend to make other people happy and vice versa. So it's to feel good and to spread the good feeling across others, and that's the happiness. So these are some of the facts and findings which I am trying to tell you about the happiness. A portion of our happiness is determined by our genetics, but there is still plenty of room for attitude adjustments and happiness boosting exercises. There are exercises which can boost us, our morale, our happiness, our joy, and it can bring down the stress levels. Smelling floral scents like roses can make us more happier. And if you even see the gardens, generally the emotion, the first emotion is happy. You see the flowers which are flourishing, you feel happy. You see the greenery across, you feel happy. And that's the state of mind we wish to. Relationships again plays an important role. Our communication plays an important role. How we behave with others again plays an important role. And those memories which we encounter with our peers, with our relatives, with our friends can make you happier even later on. Even if you go back now and see what you were doing in school days or college days, how you used to be with friends, those moments, those scenes in our life, those scenes in our mind can bring you a smile on your face, and that's the happiness, friends. So that friendships, those acts, those plays which we used to do can bring a lot of smile and happiness in our mind. Happiness can help people to cope with chronic diseases. Being outdoor, especially near to water, can make us happier. As I said, when we are near to the water, near to the nature, we feel happy. The holidays can be stressful time even if the happiest among. An estimated 40% of women and 34% of men get the holiday blues. Happiness is contagious. We can spread it. It's like pandemic now. Similarly, happiness can be spread. It's contagious, and we have to just push it around, spread it around, and boost the happiness across. There's a study which I want to share you now. There's a study on few groups of the people, uh, exactly four groups of the people, which I'm going to share you now. And this study was done on the four groups for 4 weeks. So what was told to these groups are like this. The first group was told that you go and enjoy yourself and spend the time on yourself only. So you can go for outing, you can go for shopping and get that happiness for yourself. The second group was told to help others, to help go and visit elderly, to help people crossing the road, to help people carrying the groceries. The third group was told that you have to go and spread the happiness across the world. So do some charity or create an awareness on environmental issues which we are facing now. So that's the third group which was told to do this. Remember, it was a 4 week exercise. The fourth group was told to do their to actually note down what they are doing week by week. So they were just told whatever they are doing, just note it down. So this exercise started first week, second week, third week, fourth week, and it ended. There was a study which was done after the fourth week to find the psychological flourishing and to find out the overall happiness. The questions are framed on basically social awareness, the psychological mindset, and as well as the emotional well-being. So based on this, the study was then presented, and you can after the study there was striking revelations. Now the group number one, which was supposed to work on themselves, and the group number four, which was supposed to just note down what they were doing, activities for last 4 weeks. There was no difference in any of the parameters on overall happiness, on psychological flourishing. They were exactly the same. There was no difference. The other two groups were supposed to help others. There was a drastic improvement and increase in psychological flourishing week by week. So it is very clear from the study that when we help others, we become more happy. It is not that you should not spend your time on yourself, but we also spend times on others so that we get a sense of fulfillment, we get a sense of contentment, and we get a sense of happiness. And that is the study which I wanted to share with you. Now, how to train your brain for happiness? At birth, our genetics possess us the happiness set point that accounts for our 40% of our happiness. Having enough food, shelter, and safety is 10%. And then we have 50% which is entirely upon us, which means out of 100%, 50% we can work on our happiness, and we can create that awareness and we can spread that happiness. By training our own brain through awareness and some of the exercise, we can feel more positive, more optimistic, more resilient, and more happy. New discoveries in the field of positive psychology show that physical health, psychological well-being, and psychological functioning are improved by how we learn to feel good. So feeling good in any kind of situation will help you all these states, and that's different happiness. There's one formula which I have researched success or failure in life is equal to happiness divided by worries. So if the result is more than one, success is there. If the result is less than one, there is failure in life. So we have to increase the happiness by reducing the worries, and that's how one can find the success. Thank you very much. I hope it has added some value, and I wish and I urge everyone to spread the happiness, which is the need of the hour, and we can spread this happiness across the world by our own behaviors and by communicating the positivity across. For that, first of all, we should be happy. Then only we can spread the happiness. Thank you very much. Please follow me on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn.